Suicidal individuals rarely admit spontaneously that they are thinking of harming themselves, but most suicidal individuals will give some warning of their intentions. It's important to take the signs you notice seriously, but remember that no single warning sign means a person will take his or her life. You might notice verbal, written, or pictorial clues, for example in children's artwork. These clues may include references to death, dying, endings, or finality, assuming they're not terminally ill. Preoccupation with death or dying. Expressing a feeling of being a burden. They may perceive they are a burden, that their death would be a relief for those who love them. Emotional extremes or shifts can also be a warning sign. You may notice a dramatic change in mood, a sense of hopelessness, helplessness, worthlessness, or shame. You may notice unrelenting sadness, anxiety, or feeling agitated, or they may show uncharacteristic anger or rage or revenge-seeking. You may notice fearlessness, which may be a sign that they have overcome their sense of self-preservation. In addition to emotional shifts, you may also notice behavioral changes, including a decline in performance at work, school, or other activities. Reckless or risky behavior like speeding or substance abuse, such as overindulging in alcohol or drugs. Withdrawal from family and friends, or perhaps from their faith community. This is also called thwarted belongingness, which is about losing connection with others. You may notice them giving important possessions away. You may notice changes in religious behavior. For example, previously ambivalent congregants suddenly attending church frequently with lots of questions about the afterlife, or formerly involved congregants who are now avoiding religious activities. Physical changes may be another warning sign. These may include changes in sleep patterns, for example, loss of sleep or excessive sleep. Changes in eating, for example, loss of appetite or overeating. What you might see is weight loss or weight gain. Or poor hygiene. For example, you may notice a disheveled appearance in a formerly tidy person. Suicidal individuals may also go through a spiritual crisis. Things you might hear from someone who has come to you for help may include a spiritual struggle to connect with God or feeling abandoned by God, shame that they are letting God down, loss of purpose, or feeling rejected by the religious community. Other risk factors to keep in mind is a previous suicide attempt, a recent discharge from the emergency room or hospital following a suicidal episode or depression, mental illness, including depression, PTSD, bipolar disorder, or schizophrenia, substance abuse, and social isolation. If one of your congregants is undergoing a distressing life experience combined with one of these other signs and risk factors, don't dismiss it. Ask the individual if he or she is thinking about suicide. We'll discuss ways to ask the question in the next video in the series, How to Tell if a Person is Considering Suicide. If you see signs of immediate risk, ask if they are thinking about suicide. Here are some signs that immediate action is required. Threatening to hurt or kill oneself. Talking about feeling like they just can't take it anymore. Talking about feeling hopeless or having no reason to live. Having a plan and lethal means, for example, gun, pills, or other means.